Now we'll be discussing the second application of the Gauss theorem, which is electric field due to uniformly charged spherical shell. So what is the shell? Shell is which is hollow from inside. Okay, it has the surface, but it is hollow from inside. That is what the shell is. Okay. Now here we have a spherical shell. You can see it by a solid line. Its radius is given capital R. Okay. And there are actually three cases possible in this. First case which is possible is when the point, because we are going to find electric field due to uniformly charged spherical shell at a point. Okay, now this point, either this point is lying outside the shell, or it is lying inside the shell, or it is also possible that it is lying on the shell, on the surface of the shell. So we are going to discuss all the three cases. So the first case which we are going to discuss is that in which the point P lies outside the shell. Point P lies outside shell. So in this case, point P lies outside the shell. Let us consider that this is the point P which is lying outside the shell. Okay, and at this point we have to apply the Gauss theorem. So for that, what we are going to do is we are going to consider a small area. Let the area vector is this. This is the area vector which is given by ds vector. At this point, if we write the electric field, so the electric field is given by this. This is E vector. This is the electric field, E vector, and this is what we have to find. Electric field we have to find. Okay, let us consider the distance of this point from this. Let this is say this is R. Okay, so this is R, and let us consider that this distance is small r, and this particular case, you can say that in this particular case the distance of the point small r is greater than capital R, which is the radius of the spherical shell. Okay, now how will we find this? That we have to discuss now. Okay, at this point we will apply the Gauss theorem. Okay, before that we will consider that the spherical shell is uniformly charged, and it possesses the uniformly charged spherical shell possesses the charge plus q. It possesses the charge plus q. This is charge plus q. Okay, now when we apply Gauss theorem over this Gaussian surface, because this dotted surface is the Gaussian surface, so when we apply Gaussian over this Gaussian surface the Gauss theorem, so you can write by Gauss theorem, by Gauss theorem, by Gauss theorem. By Gauss theorem we can write closed surface integral E vector dot ds vector equals to q upon epsilon naught. So you can write closed surface integral E vector dot ds vector equals to q upon epsilon naught. Now you can see here that this is closed surface integral E ds cos 0 degree. Why? Because E vector and ds vector both are acting in the same direction, and this is equal to 1 upon, or you can write q upon epsilon naught. Okay, cos 0 is 1. Now electric field at each and every point, because this is the Gaussian surface, at each and every point of the surface electric field is constant. Okay, so that's why you can take it outside, and cos 0 is 1, so you can get closed surface integral ds, and that is equals to q upon epsilon naught. Right, now ds, closed surface integral ds, now you know this that E is constant, so that's why E is taken outside. Closed surface integral ds is equals to q upon epsilon naught. Now you can see here that closed surface integral ds will give you the area of this spherical shell. So we can write it like this, that E into 4 pi r square, because surface area of sphere is 4 pi r square, and it is equal to q upon epsilon naught. Q upon epsilon naught. Okay, or you can write this implies E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r square. So this is what the electric field intensity at this point P, which is lying outside the spherical shell. Now let us discuss the second case of this. Is it clear to you? Now let us discuss the second case of this. In the second case, now the point P lies on the surface of the shell. Okay, point P lies on the shell. Point P lies on the shell. On the shell. So when the point P lies on the shell, in that case what happens? Small r is equal to capital R, because the point will be lying somewhere here on the surface. So small r will become equal to capital R, and when small r becomes equal to capital R, entire thing would be same. Only difference would be there is that in this expression, final expression, in place of small r we will be writing capital R. Okay, so when it is lying on the surface, you can write it as E equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r square. Okay, this is what the second case is. Now let us discuss the third case. Now what is the third case? In the third case, point P lies inside the shell. Point P lies inside the shell. Inside the shell. Now when point P lies inside the shell, now this will change, because in this case now what will happen, that point P would be lying somewhere inside the shell. So let us consider this is the shell. This is the shell, and this is radius capital R, and say point P is lying inside somewhere here. So we have to make a Gaussian surface for this, which is going from this point, and this is say small r. Okay, now point P is lying somewhere here. This is point P, and what we have to do, we have to find the electric field intensity at this point. Okay, so here again what you will do, you will take a small area, you will be writing it as E vector, you will be writing this as ds vector. You can see that both are acting in the same direction, so that's why angle between them would be 0 degree. Okay, now you will be applying Gauss theorem. So when you apply the Gauss theorem, you will be writing closed surface integral E vector dot ds vector is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times charge enclosed in the Gaussian surface. Now as far as the charge enclosed in the Gaussian surface is concerned, charge enclosed in the Gaussian surface in this case would be 0. Why? Because the Gaussian surface is this, and charge is lying over the shell. When charge is lying over the shell, you notice that no charge is there inside the shell, and that's why Q enclosed, you can write here Q enclosed is 0. And when Q enclosed is 0, if you substitute it here, you will be getting closed surface integral E ds cos 0, because the angle between them is 0 degree, and Q enclosed is 0, so this entire term would be 0. Okay, now cos 0 is 1, so this term is 1. E is taken outside because it is constant, and closed surface integral ds would be the area of this Gaussian surface, that is 4 pi r square, and that is equals to 0. So by this you can write this implies E inside the spherical shell is 0. Okay, so this is how you can find the electric field intensity at a point which is lying inside the spherical shell, and this electric field intensity is 0. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you.